Good evening, everybody. My name is Paul Koch. I'm the chairman of the North Andover Zoning Board of Appeals. We're going to be calling the meeting to order of Tuesday, December 8th. The first thing on the agenda is a pledge of allegiance. So if everyone please rise. Pledge. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And that's always a little bit messy since we all have electronic delays. So a couple of announcements that we always have to do for these electronic meetings. I'm going to be reading Governor. Be brief. I do have to go through all the procedural steps. So the first thing is reading Governor Baker's kind of thing here. I'll be as quick as I can. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's July 2nd, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Town of North Andover Zoning Board of participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of North Andover website, www.northandoverma.gov. For this meeting only, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so on their televisions by tuning to North Andover oh boy, do we have different channels? Comcast Channel 99 or Verizon Channel 28, or online at www.northandovercam.org. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the Town of North Andover website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. If the public would like to participate in public hearings, please email your question or comment prior to or even during the meeting to jbattersby, JBATTEY at northandoverma.gov. A comment will be read during the proceedings and responded to accordingly. A copy of the application and supporting documents are on file in the Zoning Board of Appeals, 120 Main Street, North Andover, Massachusetts, and may be viewed Town of North Andover website at www.northandoverma.gov. Supplement with a few things that nobody likes these remote meetings. They are unsatisfying and cumbersome. There is not a great feedback loop here. Number two, this is being recorded since we are on telephone lines. I got to tell you that this is being recorded. It's obvious that may sound as a public meeting. If we could, everybody mute ourselves when we're not speaking. One or two papers for you is one thing, but then if three or four of us are shuffling papers, or there are clicks, or there's breathing, it all adds up and it's distracting and makes the recording inaudible. If we all could, when we are speaking, please get as close to the microphone as possible. And I think Google Meet has a *6 mute feature. So if the mechanical mute on your phone isn't working, try the *6, and that may unmute you at the Google Meet level. So if there's nobody has any comments to that, I'll pause.
Excuse me, Paul.
Yeah.
We're actually broadcasting on GovCAM, Comcast 8, and Verizon Channel 26.
Thank you very much. I had a feeling I was fumbling something on that one, so thanks for the save.
You're welcome.
If there's nothing else, pause, then we'll move on with the agenda. And so the second item on the agenda is the acceptance of the November 10th, 2020 minutes. Questions, then could there be a motion? Anyone who wants to make a motion should unmute.
Alexandria will make a motion to accept minutes.
Good. Thank you. Is there a second?
Yeah, Alan Kusha will second the motion.
Thank you, Alan. Motion made, motion seconded. You know what? I better call the roll. You know what? Attendance, right? I need to do that too, don't I? Well, this was not on my. I scratched out. So I will move up. Frank Killalay.
I'm here.
Steve Sidey.
Here.
Michael Liss.
I am here.
Brilliant. Thank you. Ron Fagan.
I am here.
Alexandria Jacobs.
Here.
Alan Kusha.
Right here.
And Paul Koch. where we are all present except for McIntyre. She is the only one absent. So I interrupted. Alexandria made a motion. Alan seconded the acceptance of the minutes of November. I will backwards and start with Ron.
Yes.
Andrea? Ms. Jacobs?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Kusia?
Yes.
I'm a yes, and I better pick up. Hey, Michael, what do you say?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So the minutes of November 10, 2020 are hereby accepted by the board. Next item on the agenda is the continued public hearing of Middlesex Street. And do we have someone from 281 Middlesex on the line?
Yes, Attorney Richard Byers for the applicant.
Thank you very much. Anybody else with you, Rick?
No, just me tonight.
What's our business tonight?
Well, we looked at redesigning it, and I had a plan, and it was missing an important element. So I had spoken to the building inspector, and when we got the plan added that piece, I didn't get it in time for tonight's meeting, and I didn't want to submit an incomplete plan. So Paul, I talked to Paul about continuing to next month, and we should have the plan. I actually got it today, but I didn't want to submit it today. So we're asking for a continuance to next month.
All right. And what is that date, Jen?
January 12th.
Okay. So shall there be unless there are any questions from the board, can there be a motion to continue?
I make a motion to continue the hearing until, Jen, what is it, January 10th?
12th, I believe.
12th.
12.
January 12th.
Thank you, Alan. Is there a second?
I will second.
Oh boy, was that Ron?
It was.
Thank you, Ron. Motion made, motion seconded. I will again call the roll since we are remote. Let's, Steve.
Yes.
Thank you, Ron.
In favor.
Alexandria.
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
And I'm a yes as well. So we are continued to January 12th. If there is any paperwork, Attorney Byers, would you please connect with the
Yeah.
administrator, Jen? Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thanks. Next item on the agenda is 3 Great Pond Road. Do we have anybody from 3 Great Pond Road on the line?
Yes, good evening. Attorney Andrew Caffrey representing the applicants. We're in a similar situation. We appreciate the concerns raised by the board at the last meeting regarding the 2 spaces that backed out onto Great Pond Road. And we're working with the engineer trying to redesign the project to see if we can eliminate that and, try to accommodate the concerns. So we would also appreciate an extension of this hearing until the January 12th meeting, please.
That's great. Unless there's any questions or discussion amongst the board, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to continue it to January 12th.
Thank you, Alan. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
That sounded like Steve, yes?
Yes.
All right, motion made, motion seconded, go up the roll. Frank?
Yes.
Thank you, Frank. Ron?
In favor.
Alexandria?
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, so we are continued to January 12th. And Attorney Caffrey, please connect with Ken Battersby, the zoning administrator, if there's any paperwork.
Thank you, I will do. Happy holidays.
Thanks very much. Next item on the agenda is a letter from CHAPA for which there is, ordinarily discussion. We certainly don't have a vote on it or anything. And so if there's no objection, then the next item on the agenda is the 2021 election of board officers, which I asked Jen to put on. We don't actually hold our election for board officers until January, but I do want to say out loud to everybody that all comers are welcome. It was my hope that we could have an awful lot of new, fresh faces that are in the leadership positions. Anybody who wants one can have one. The dirty trick on that is in quick communications with Suzanne Egan. Associate members are unfortunately, like the language that was used was, associate members are not recognized by the Chapter 40A, and so therefore aren't eligible for officer positions, which means that only the full members are eligible for that. What I would love to do is, if there are any associate members who are, we may not be able to do it, that quickly this year. If there is anybody that is interested in being an officer, connect with me offline, because we may be in a position to do some rejiggering of associate members and full members in order to get folks a chance at clerk or, oh gosh, I forget what they are, vice chair and chair. So that covers those folks. As far as the full members go, Alexandria, Ron, if you want a role, please connect with me. I'm happy to talk with you about it. This is not a role. I don't sit here with a gavel with any like enjoying it or needing it. I do it because it is a necessary role. I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to do it. I'm not suggesting that it's running its course or anything, but I would love to share this, to have anybody who wishes to enjoy the experience of chairing, both with the gavel during the hearings themselves and the in between periods. In between meetings, there is stuff that goes on with decisions and decisions. And by that I mean written decisions, as well as procedural decisions that need to be made along the way. That Jen Battersby does an extraordinary job moving along for us. So again, we're not having an election tonight. Happy to hear questions in an open session like this. Equally happy to talk to folks offline. That is not something that would violate open meeting laws if I were to talk to any of you about this stuff. So if there are any questions, fire them out. If there's any further discussion, let's hear it. If not, pause. Then there should be a motion to adjourn, which I bet you Mr. Kusha would love to fire out there.
I would like to make the motion to adjourn this meeting.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I will second.
Oh, was that Frank or Ron?
That was Ron.
Ron. All right, motion made, motion seconded. Again, going up the, Michael,
Aye.
Ron,
In favor.
Alexandria,
Aye.
Alan,
Yes.
and I am an aye, so we are 5-0. Let's be adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for your time tonight. Appreciate you going through this procedural step, and we'll see you in a month.
Very good.
Have a good holidays.
I wish everybody happy holidays.
Yes.
Good night, everyone. Happy holidays.
Good night.
Bye.
Aye.